So I'm gonna leave it like this for right now. Take a picture on the iPad, and then we're gonna try to send everything out. Fix what we need to. And now I'm basically gonna be going just off of this one. Go with that. We're gonna switch out. Let's see how we can transform this. Using this pencil all the time, I guess, could be kind of crippling. So I get in the habit of drawing on the paper, and I'm not always feel like drawing on the iPad, because the iPad, you can't do all this on paper, you know. So just get in the habit of back drawing on paper. I got that. You gotta make it a little bit smaller due to the fact that it ain't gonna be as long. You see, I'm already doing that, so try not to mess with that. Back to sketching. I'm gonna try not to zoom in on this one either. I guess the paper and the iPad, I guess, no. iPad got its perks, but just gotta do on paper. Nothing like it, chat, nothing like it. I mean, I'm gonna lighten up the actual design underneath it so we can see everything for this. Say. Got that. Go with the circles, hand down. A little piece. Oh, it's too small. I'm gonna go off this side of the face. Got way more room on that side. Now that means we got to make our dream catcher basically fit within this. Yeah, that netting is like, it's big time confusing, so I gotta get used to it. Like I said, I'm not a geometrical person, so that's kind of tough for me. More of a freehand type. Even trying to like freehand just this netting, it could work looking at it. That bad boy is difficult though. Since I've been drawing on regular paper, so I said I'm gonna draw it on paper this time, and then I'm gonna put it on the iPad. So this is the drawing right here. I drew it on the paper this time. And then I'd say I'm gonna put it on the iPad to clean it up. And as you see now, it is a lot cleaner since I put it on the iPad. Let's see, boom, 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 boom. So yeah, so it's a lot cleaner. Okay. But yeah, you just gotta get used to it though. Gotta get used to it. You don't want to get handicapped from the iPad. I'll definitely say that. Because if you don't use your talents, your freehand and stuff, like I said, you get back rusty. So I'm trying to work on getting back on paper, so I get that freehand feel again. That's it. But yep. Nothing to ever kind of replace like old school way of doing things, because everybody learned that way and it was all kind of you versus this. It's helping you a lot. You can zoom in and out, so that's what I tried not to do. Zoom in and out to do that. Cause paper, you can't do that. Oh, yeah, paper, you can't do that. So I try to keep the canvas locked where you can't really move it around. So there's certain things you gotta know when it's kind of catching up to you. Now I know that I've been using the iPad too much, so I say let me draw this, and then I go from there on the iPad. Pretty much. Yep. And not like deviate from the time and the schedules that I set. So work-life balance is definitely one of them things. I used to always ask different tattoo artists, how do you balance it?
That's a good problem though.
Yeah, it's a good problem. The fact that you are busy, yeah. But the fact that you don't really have too much time for other things is really not. Well, yep, I definitely see where you're coming from though, Ashley. And that's what I normally do once I'm like kind of finishing up. All my checked offs, I put them in a group. Group it up. This one ain't even in the group. But I group it up and duplicate it. That way I could just take my copy and size it up however I want to, move it around. But yep, we about to print this out, see how we looking. So you know what that sound like to me, Ashley? If you play, like you said, different line thickness give you a different texture. That means the more you're going over that line, you're kind of eating the skin up a little bit more. That's probably why it's getting that texture. But if you're just going with a bold line, it shouldn't really give a different texture. It should feel just the same.
That's why I
Appreciate it. I'm glad that I'm honored to help out with whoever I can, whenever I can. So I'm glad y'all do learn from this, because I also, like, as you've seen, I'm not a big person in drawing the middle of the dream catcher. Nobody perfect. We all constantly learning. So I'm here. We learn together. If you know something that I don't know, let me know. I'll hop on stream. I'll study it, and you can ask questions. We can talk about it. Whatever it is, because I'm not against learning. We always learning. Yeah, like I said, I started in the house, so I ain't got nothing against the house. But it is good to reach out. But if you ain't got nobody that's going to help you, then you got to kind of do your own thing. I ain't going to say wait on the sideline until somebody decide to help you. No, I've never been a dependable person, depending on nobody like that. So, neither should you. Well, yeah, definitely texture was the wrong word. So, it's definitely going to give a different look. It's called sculpting the line. It's going to be bolder. So, I'm going to show you on this. Like, basically, if you put one line. Oh, my bad. You put one line, I'll make that one line right there. But if you go with another line on side of it and you keep going over it, yeah, it's gonna give a different look. It's gonna be sculpted. It's a bolder line. That's what they call sculpting lines. Versus that one line on side, now you got a bolder line. And that's what they call sculpting your lines when you want to make something bolder and pop out.
yes.
A key reference that I learned about using different line weights is about foreground, middle ground, background. Like the background not going to pop out as much, so those lines can be thinner. But something in the foreground, like a rock in front of a tree, that rock will have more of a bolder line because you want that rock to be seen because it's in the front of the tree. You kind of get that? Like a balloon in front of a rose. You want the balloon to show that it is in front, not in the back. The back is more soft. As it goes in the background, it gets a lot more softer.